Hello, Lisa here. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to helping you say yes to the deck. So this idea came about because
I'm awesome.
Because I wanted to loan you out.
She's a pimp.
No. You're not gonna let me forget that, are you?
Not now.
Spoiler alert, I may use that word at some point. Anyways, I don't think I actually made it into video. No. Okay, well, anyways, I wanted to loan Peggy out because she's always so helpful at helping me.
Are you actually going to keep this?
Yes.
Oh, what a mistake this is. There we go.
She's always so helpful helping me make decisions on what deck to buy. She often encourages me not to buy things, but she actually is very helpful.
I always encourage you not to buy things, and I cry when you do.
You don't actually cry. Anyways, she makes a really great sounding board. So we put a call out through the YouTube community tab and in the Supportive Tarot Facebook group for some willing volunteers to see if they would be willing to come on camera with us and let us help them decide what decks they wanted to buy. So
They were good sports.
They were good sports, and we're going to share that with you. So here we go. Let's get into it. Okay, so we have our first willing volunteer / victim.
Yeah, willing victim.
The beautiful Alana of 3 Degrees of Love.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
So
Hi,
you
Peggy.
Hello.
Hello.
So you're going to subject yourself to all of this to decide on decks, yeah?
Yep.
Yes. So, we've got the hotline for the Mental Health Crisis Center once I'm done with you.
You will behave and you will be nice.
I will be nice to Alana. It's you that probably is going to need us.
Wow. That's mean. Okay. Anyways. Okay, so you have a short list of decks?
Yes.
Short-ish?
Ish?
Short, yes.
Are we starting with an ish list of decks?
So why?
You don't need that many decks. There. That's the first one.
Okay. Why?
But then I wouldn't need that many Peggy bags either.
Oh.
Okay, you can have a couple of decks.
Oh, is that the way? So if I bought your bags, I could have more decks?
You don't pay for my bags.
I don't.
I'm poor because
Benefits
of
of marriage.
your benefit of marriage.
Correct.
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
it's funny because I was thinking, I was like, wow. I was like, if I keep going like this soon, maybe I should make a video of all my Peggy bags and I can have them just they'll be all over, like if you ever see those movies, where they win a whole bunch of cash and they're just throwing it up in the air and they're swimming it in on their bed and stuff like that.
Swimming.
Peggy bags.
Yes.
She could almost do that now.
I could definitely do that
You're
now.
greedy.
I am greedy. Yes.
She is.
Okay, so why don't you talk us through what's on your list, and then we'll try to start to get it narrowed down, and then we'll see how we do.
Okay, so I believe the first one I have on there is Tarot of the Abyss, and that's the one by Anna Turian.
Okay, so you've got Tarot of the Abyss.
Yes.
Whispering Spirits.
I should have written this down, but
I've got them right here, so I can help you remember.
Oh yeah, that would be great. Thanks. Okay. I do. Okay, and I remember I have a bundle in there, which is definitely the story cards and the synchronicity cards.
Yeah.
Because you buy them as a duo on Etsy.
Well, you can. You don't have to.
Well, that's true, but it's cheaper if I do it together as a bundle.
Okay.
So I figured, yeah. And then, no, I don't remember the other one.
You had Tarot Renard on your list.
That's right. How did I?
Oh, because you have that one.
I have that deck. That's the Fox deck. Remember the Fox
Tarot
deck?
Renard.
That was a say yes to the deck for me, Tarot
Yes,
Renard.
that was the one that made you turn 5.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, if you want to turn 5, that's the deck for you.
Yep. And then there was one more. There was this one is called, the Divine Energy Oracle.
That's right. So then there's that one as well.
So of all of those, are there any that right off the bat you're like, I've got something kind of similar, or?
So the Divine Energy Oracle, as great as that looks, and it's pink, and I'd really like that one. I would say I have a number of decks that are very similar, and that one of those would be one of my favorite ones that I recently got, which is the What Would Love Do Oracle.
Oh, okay. So this looks like an affirmation kind of deck?
Yeah, it seems more like an affirmation type of deck. And even though I really like that, I think I can, eliminate that one.
Good work. All right. Okay.
I wasn't gonna say because
you did sound a little ambivalent about it sounded like it was like a so-so.
Well, and you said you just recently got a deck with a similar theme behind it.
That was the.
Well, that's the one that's all about love, like the
which is totally your jam, right?
That's totally my jam. That's the one by Star Layden.
I would take that one out right away. I would take that Oracle out right away, and not because there's anything wrong with it, but because you said you got it recently.
Yes.
Which means the minute the new deck shows up, it's going to split your attention, and you won't enjoy either to their full potential.
Especially, if the other one is newer.
That's what I was. That's my
good
opinion.
point. That's a good point. So pick one already. Yeah, pick one other one that you think maybe you have something similar. Maybe let's see if we can get it down to like 3 to 4.
Okay. Okay, so then the next one that I can say that I have it very similar is Tarot of the Abyss. The one that I would say that is, I have a couple of decks that are black and white, same sort of aesthetic. One of which is the New Era.
The New Era Elements, right?
Yes, thank you. That one.
Yep.
And then
that one's got a very intense vibe to it, though, I feel like. And it's very modern. I feel like Tarot of the Abyss is not as modern.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help her eliminate if I keep this.
No, you're not.
This is such a pretty deck, though.
No, it's a really nice deck. Now, it's also by Anna Turian.
Good eye.
And there are people who buy her decks even just to collect,
because her artwork's
is that something? Is that so? Are you a super fan of Anna Turian's artwork?
Good question.
Well, that would be my first Anna Turian deck, actually.
So is that helping? Is that pushing you towards it, or are you going? Well, I'm still more interested in whether or not I've got something similar at home.
I still think it's still a one that I want to keep on the list because I keep looking at it.
So I think we need to keep this one on the list. I don't want her to let go of this one.
Do you have a habit of buying decks just to collect them?
Yes and no. Not yes and no. I think there's one
yes and no.
I know for sure I bought and I'm really just to collect it. Like I got it and I was really excited. And it's funny because I remember it's actually a Danny and Dustin deck. They actually both have it, I believe, and you don't. And that's the European medieval tarot.
The medieval Europe tarot.
Yeah, that's it.
Medieval Europe tarot. Yeah.
Yep. That's the one. And when I got it, like I was super excited because so of course, I have a love for books and I love books that have the hardcover. And of course, if it has a hardcover, it has to have a ribbon marker. So that one has all of that and it's pretty. And even though it's a tuck box, it's a very, very luxurious tuck box. And I remember when I got it and it has 86 cards, I was like, oh, this is so pretty. I was like, okay, it's too pretty to use. It's just going to be a collector's deck for me.
So we can hold this one in reserve for now.
Tarot of the Abyss, yeah.
Tarot of the Abyss. We can hold that one in reserve for now, and then move on to the other ones and see if it eliminates itself by comparison as we go.
Okay.
Because that's something that Lisa tries to work on.
So what's the next one you want to look at?
Okay, so the next one would be Whispering Spirits.
Okay, so let's bring that one up. Okay, this is Whispering Spirits. Let's look at Whispering Spirits.
Okay, so I can see Monstero. It's Dwayne Nelson. Same,
you learned
same
good,
artist.
Babe. So
I think this one, it started to grow on me a little bit. I think even Monstero started to grow on me a bit because I've seen it so many times on Lisa's channel.
Yeah.
And at first I remember, so here's the weird thing. As I was first getting into the tarot and stuff like that, all the cutesy types of decks, as much as they were really adorable, I just couldn't fit it into the whole idea of working with it in tarot. And it just seemed a little out of place for me at first. And so, because I saw tarot as being something that's a little bit more sort of sacred and serious, and so even like the Happy Tarot, for example, that was like one of the first decks that I was like, yeah, it's cute, but no. And then as I saw more decks, and then I think I was watching you a lot more, and you know, your connection with the decks and stuff like that, I was like, okay, well, maybe it does have a place.
And you already have the Monstero, you said. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything when that.
No, I don't have the Monstero.
Oh, you don't?
I find that most people gravitate towards one or the other, with some people loving to like catch them all, right? So, okay, my question for you is, you said that you had a little bit of like a hiccup with some of the decks that seem a little too playful. What do you have currently in your collection now that's the most like this, and how do you get along with it?
That would probably be the Bumbleberry Tarot. I also recently got, maybe this year was the Crystal Unicorn Tarot.
So I'm thinking like,
you're doing a lot of work with that type of energy lately, or not?
Well, because they're in rotation, so
okay.
Yeah, they're in rotation right now. Actually, I'm actually working with the Slow Tarot, the Illuminated Earth, and the Sacred Forest Oracle. So that's what I've been working on with this week.
So it's actually going to be a really nice perk for your next deck to come in to be something that you haven't been working on lately. Possibly to be like, ooh, it's time for this now. It's time for the crystal energy or the oracle energy or the different themes that you're working with.
Yeah, but so here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. So of course, because Fable's Den decided that she's re-releasing her Panda Tarot.
Way of the Panda,
and it's going to be the Imagine edition. And then I started looking at that one, and I was like, oh.
Okay, so I have something to offer on that point. Way of the Panda and Tarot Renard have a lot of similarity in the sense that each focuses on a particular creature. Way of the Panda focuses on pandas, and Tarot Renard focuses on foxes.
Yes.
I would say, depending on how big of a collection you want to have,
you're not supposed to be helping. we're supposed to be narrowing it down. Well, look at her. Look at her enabling.
This isn't normally my job. No, I was just gonna. No, I'm not enabling. I'm saying the other way around.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying like if you might want to pick one or the other initially because they both have kind of a similar aesthetic. They both have that storybook kind of feel.
That's what we'll talk about the money.
I will say, Way of the Panda has a really big book you can get with it called the Book of Pandas. I'm just saying. Okay, maybe I'm enabling a little bit.
just a little bit.
So maybe for this purchase, if you're thinking about maybe Way of the Panda, maybe you table, just a thought, maybe you table Tarot Renard for now. So you can think about those two in case you don't want them both.
Oh, so you may want to defer that deck to a later date so you can compare those two. I mean, there's no rule that says you can't buy both.
And also, how do you feel when we suggest knocking it off the list? Because that's something.
But you know what, though? I think, because now that I'm thinking about it, as much as I really want the Tarot Renard, that one, I believe, because of where it's coming from, it is a little bit more of a heftier cost because of shipping.
We didn't ask about budget.
Yeah, that's what we were good. That's what we're going to move into next anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So, do you want to take that one at least for now? Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, I think I will bench the.
Beautiful. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, maybe that's a deck that if you decide to compare it with the Panda and the Renard wins, because you're going to have the money conversation with yourself anyway.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. It's probably not even.
My wallet tends to like get up and just leave. It's just like no, I'm not. No,
yeah, we're done.
Okay, so then Tarot of the Abyss is mass market.
Yes,
and that's the only one left on the list that is mass market, correct? Yeah.
So did we take off the Renard and oh my god, my brain hurts. Which one?
We took off the mass market Oracle deck, which was called I forget.
The Divine Energy Oracle.
We took that one off, and we took off Tarot Renard. So we've taken off one indie and one mass market. You're left with 3 indie. We've only talked about 2 of them, or one of them.
Well, we also talked about Whispering Spirits, but we kind of benchmarked that because we went over into Way of the Panda.
Segue. Now, Whispering Spirits. So, does Whispering Spirits compare with the energy of Tarot Renard and Way of the Panda? Because you may want to defer that one too.
I'm thinking that it kind of does because, like I said, I also have Bumbleberry Hollows. I have the Cat Tarot. That was thanks to the 3 Fat Readers segment.
Oh, yeah.
Your fault.
With Lisa gifting it to Dustin. So then I looked at it and I saw the box and I thought it's so cute. So anyways, yeah. So then
you're probably going to end up only picking like one of those cute decks, most likely. Then it sounds like.
Yeah. So I think I am going to end up benching Whispering Spirits as well.
I would say bench those because when the time comes, you're going to want to compare Whispering Spirits, Way of the Panda, and Renard together.
Agreed.
I mean, if you're and let's face it, like I mean,
you might get 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, depending on where other things are at the time, it might be sensible to get all 3 later. But it doesn't sound like it's sensible to even think about getting
until you can
one of them now
together.
Until you can compare them.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would recommend.
So then that would
obviously you're a grown up.
If that sounds okay. Well, that's my answer too.
My inner child likes to live, she's alive and well for sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, well,
if your inner child feels lacking, then if your inner child feels like you're lacking in decks, then you may want to leave those 2 on. But
I don't think she's feels like it's lacking. She's just really greedy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I understand that energy.
I would recommend benching it just because you know that you're going to be having opportunities for more whimsical decks very, very shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I would put those. I would put the Whispering Spirit and Renard on a head to head when the time comes.
Yeah.
With Way of the Panda.
With Way of the Panda and do that as a separate little thing.
I could totally see you with Whispering Spirits and either Way of the Panda or Tarot Renard.
I could see you with all 3 of them.
But
so
I think Tarot Renard
not all at once. But
that's what I was going to say. I think if you brought in Tarot Renard and Way of the Panda at the same time, one of them would get neglected because they've got a similar feel. So that's my thinking.
Well, actually, so the way that I sort of work with my decks, I tend to put the same sort of themes together. So when I'm working, because I don't just work with 1 or 2 decks, I tend to work with like 3, maybe 4
at a time.
Okay.
Even 5 at a time sometimes. So, and then I keep them in rotation for like, maybe a week, 2 weeks, whatever. And then, then I move on depending on what I feel like doing at the time. So, funny enough, all 3 of those might end up together at the same time anyways.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
But and then so that goes, if that's a possibility, then then you've already made one decision that when the time comes,
you may end up with
so it's like, okay, if I'm going to buy all 3 around the same time, then that's where, okay, so I need, if money needs to be saved up, then now you know what your budget is, you know what your time frames are. So that's kind of already one decision made, but that's not on the list of, that's not the next thing coming into your collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be. You might just. By the time we're done with you might just.
I want you to remember this conversation.
I
want you to remember this conversation later when it's my turn for say yes to the deck, and you're like,
no.
You should have been talking about multiple deck purchases.
No, I'm not.
Would this ever happen?
I'm not.
You are though.
No,
you're at least allowing it.
Okay.
You would not allow it for me.
It's because I'm mean.
Not fair. Alana's the favorite child, clearly.
Absolutely. Alana is my golden child because it's not my money she's spending.
Oh. First of all,
and it's a win-win for her because that means I need that many peggy bags too, right?
Oh, that's true.
Okay, this is the thing.
Yeah, I don't buy peggy bags.
Yeah, you don't. You just wander over and take my stuff.
Well, usually you hand it to me in a basket, ask me to take photos, and I do, and then you get less back.
Honey, I've got this many bags. Can you take some photos? Okay, well, I brought this many back minus this many.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a whole separate argument.
Okay. We've actually got it down to 3 decks, and we haven't talked to you about 2 of them.
No. We actually
took time for that.
We actually took the time to do something different because, like I said, if that's how you practice and you like to group things together, then it's like, well, if there's a chance that you're going to want all 3 of those and you're going to want to work with them at the same time, then I would say whatever you need to do for budgeting, for planning, for timing, and then just do that
Deal with
later.
this separately.
Deal with it as a full separation. And now you go, well, these decks are going to cost this much money.
We still have 2 more decks to talk about.
I did it good though.
You did it good.
But not for you.
Not for me. No. But for Alana, we're happy about that. Okay.
We're happy. I'm happy about that.
We need to talk
about. We deferred something to a better day.
Okay, let's talk about the synchronicity oracle. Let me pull that one up. That's on your list. So there's 2 coming up, both by the same artist. Yeah.
Yeah, the story cards and the synchronicity.
Okay, so this one is the synchronicity first that I've got on the screen.
Okay.
So it's very colorful.
I like that.
Yeah.
I've seen this.
Oh, it's got a fox on it. It's got fox, wolf.
I thought you had those. Didn't you not have them, Lisa?
I don't. I've looked at them, though, several times.
That's pretty. I really like that one.
So what do you like about this one?
So I think what I was really drawn to was the fact, I mean, besides the colors, but it seems to remind me of a lower scale and probably a little bit more of a playful version of the soul cards.
Oh, I totally see what you mean by that.
Okay, yeah.
And as much as I'm thinking about the soul cards and I would love to bring that into my collection, I don't think I'm ready for those just yet.
That's totally fair.
I find them a little bit intimidating in a way. And so I figured this would actually be a really good sort of alternative that would let me dip my toe into and help me practice my intuitive reading with the cards.
Okay.
So that way I can build towards getting towards the soul cards.
So an intermediate.
There's a unicorn.
Yeah.
There's a unicorn on the beauty card. Do you see that, Alana? There's a unicorn.
Yes, there's a unicorn.
That's what just went on Lisa's list.
So you can get them as a bundle. Wait. Let's take this off for a second. Okay, I'm gonna put up the story cards. Oh my god, I'm getting excited. Okay, stop it, Lisa. Okay, so
how about you?
Hold on. So this one is.
Oh, I thought that was a regular. So they're both Oracle.
They're both Oracle, and they're by the same creator. So you can get them as a
bundle. I can't remember if it's the synchronicity or the story cards, but one of them comes with dice that you can use in adjacent with the cards, and there's actually like an instruction manual on how to use the dice with the cards.
That was the synchronicity because it kept showing it with dice.
Yeah.
So it's a synchronicity one. So I kind of like that idea too, because I was like, oh well, this puts a different spin on it as well that I'm not used to. That would be really cool.
Do you remember what the price difference is to buy just one of these versus to buy them as a bundle?
I think it's about, for one, I think it might be about $45. And then as a bundle, it's like $80 or something like that. I can't quite remember.
Ooh. So if you could theoretically, if they're the same size, you could mix them into like a mega deck in theory.
Probably.
Do they have any repeating themes or cards that you know of? Or they look like
not that I've seen, no.
Oh.
I would have to look into that.
We're helping Alana pick, not helping you add to your list.
I mean, I think these are reasonable questions.
No. Are you seeing what she's doing?
To be fair, you kind of should have seen that coming, Peggy.
Lipstick. Yes, I did see that coming. I didn't see the lipstick coming though.
Well, you out of my mouth.
You shouldn't have been talking.
What the heck? Okay, so
okay.
So wait.
That's unique. That is not well. Okay, there's soul cards, but just the fact that it's got keywords on it, it's a unique intermediary between regular.
Okay, so story cards is $41 US. I'm assuming. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the synchronicity deck, which has the dice, is $42.
$42.
And then there's a create your own Oracle deck. Oh no, that's something else.
That's something else.
Yeah.
Where's this bundle? I'm trying to figure out the bundle situation. Can you? Okay. Oh,
yeah. Oracle bundle of 2 decks. It's $70. $70. It's on sale today.
It's on sale from $83, which is exactly the same price as the 2 decks added up, actually. So it's marked as $70. I don't know if that's a sale. I think they're just showing that the value is $83 if you buy them separately.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it, because then you can at a glance know what you're saving.
So this includes both decks. Each deck is only $35 when you buy the bundle. Now,
She's off shopping.
Okay,
Are you seeing this? She's shopping.
Wait. Okay, so the Tarot of the
Did you see
Abyss.
this? Wait.
Hold on. The Tarot of the Abyss is mass market.
Troublemaker.
Yes.
And it's brand
She's a
new.
troublemaker.
Yes.
So if budget were a consideration, there's a pretty wide price difference between the bundle. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Would you buy just one of the Synchronicity or Story, or would you buy the bundle if you bought them?
I would buy the bundle.
Yeah. So then there's a pretty decent price difference between
Okay.
just Tarot of the Abyss or this bundle. Yeah?
Yeah. So like
And one's a tarot and the other's oracles.
okay. So we're how many? So are we at we're at Tarot of the Abyss and we're at this bundle. Is there another deck that
Nope,
we can?
that's it.
That's
That's
it.
all that's still on the list.
Okay, so now the question goes to money, and of course I'm used to interrogating her. So if I ask
Not
you,
me this time.
if I ask you a question that's a little bit whatever, you can. I'm not gonna question a vague answer, but like have you already set money aside out of a budget to say I'm interested in a new deck? I'm interested in a new deck, I have this much money, or I'm interested in a new deck, I need to save up this much money.
So, to be fairly honest, I try to work with budgets, but they just,
Right.
I'm very, I guess, my inner child, she's very impulsive, and
Right.
if she sees something and she likes it and she wants
I know
it,
nothing about
she will
that.
just continue pestering me until I
Right.
I know how that feels.
So I usually just wait until I have money to say, okay, I will, right? Like,
Right.
and then if I have the money, I will buy it. If I don't, then I wait until I have the money and
Okay.
then. So
you still have a plan around this, because
yes,
like as an impulse purchase, obviously I would be automatically saying you should go for the cheaper deck, as long as it's a deck you think you're going to use. But if it's money that you've already set aside or that you know you will have in time to make the purchase, then it's like,
then it's about which one excites you the most.
which
Like,
one?
which one
it
is
sounds
which one
like
do you
the Oracle excites you the most.
That's what but I'm excited
It
about the
does.
oracles.
I mean,
that doesn't help.
And I'm the cheap bastard, so I don't know why I'm saying that.
to be fair, because they're different, right? Like there's the two, which is the Oracle, and then there's the Tarot of the Abyss. And now Tarot is Tarot and Oracle is Oracle, so technically they're different in a way. But at the same time, I'm looking at the story cards and the synchronicity, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm getting two at the time as opposed to just the one. From what I can tell, the story cards and the synchronicity deck is a little bit more accessible, because I don't understand why US games is it's getting really
Hard to
of
get
these new
decks.
decks, they're getting really hard to access, right? Like you can
Okay, so that's an issue too.
Canada, you
a
can't
pain,
order from usgames.com. So
I think I ordered mine. I think I did order Tarot of the Abyss. I think yes, and I think I ordered it from Book Depository. You might be able to get it.
So like that's really you have to go sort of outside now to
That's a
get
pain,
to
right?
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
So
Well, if you're in the US, you can order from US Games directly, but if you're not in the US,
Oh,
it's
right.
it's
Remember you telling me that.
And it seems like they don't stock their.
So
Amazon and stuff.
stocking could be an issue that actually makes a Tarot of the Abyss less appealing in spite of its good
Or
price.
that's easy to get, maybe.
Yeah.
Tarot of the Abyss is mass market, which means that once it is stocked wherever, it's going to be readily available.
Oh, you're not going to have any problem buying it.
Yeah. Whereas I feel like the story cards and synchronicity decks, they are indie. Theoretically, they're probably not going anywhere anytime soon. They've been
Okay,
around
but
for a
that's-
while, but
right.
it's
Okay,
still
so-
indie.
So it's the higher price deck. Now, the other
Well,
question
it's because it's two.
it's two, but
It's
in
a tuber.
your, how often do you reach for Oracle cards in your practice?
Good question.
Is it already there, or is it something you're looking forward to bringing in?
So Oracle decks I do use often. I think I probably, if I was really to like really take note, I probably have more Oracle decks than I do Tarot. Although that might be hard to say now of late between Kickstarter and all the new releases and whatever.
Which
But
one do you use the most?
both, because as I group my decks as well, right? I do have in one go, although this coming week I really only have one Tarot and the rest are all Oracle decks. So,
do you use them do you use Tarot and Oracle like always as a set, or do you use Oracle by themselves, Tarot by themselves, and sometimes together?
no, it's pretty much together all the time, like in rotation.
So then
depending
my question
on.
is, do you have Oracle decks that you could see pairing the Tarot of Abyss with, and likewise, do you have Tarot decks you could see pairing the Synchronicity story cards with?
Ooh, yeah, that matters.
The story cards, if I like right off the top of my head, I can't say that I have a tarot deck that I would be like, oh yeah, I already have that in mind. Like that would be what would go together. But the Tarot of the Abyss, yes, I have several Oracle decks that I would already have in mind that I would pair with Tarot of the Abyss.
Even though it's a pair of Oracle decks, and at the end of the day, it's a good deal, you may end up having to buy one or two tarot decks to have a better match, or feeling like that you should.
Probably, yes.
See, I default I default for the right now deck to be my opinion. I would default Tarot of the Abyss, even though it might be harder to get. You can get it right now.
Yeah.
But the other deck, it's going to cost a lot more money.
True.
And you don't necessarily have good matches for it, which means that you're going to. It's almost a guarantee. It's almost a guarantee. Like in my experience, it's almost
what?
It's almost a guarantee. It's like, I really love this, so I got it, but now I need to shop for something that's going to go with it. And so now you're going to be going from spending the Tarot of the Abyss right now is $29, I think we saw. Maybe $35 if you have to get it off of Etsy.
I'm guessing 40-ish Canadian.
But double, you're going to have to double the price to get the Oracle decks, and possibly double again to get matching tarot decks if you find a mismatch in your collection.
Yeah, if you don't see yourself working with story and synchronicity to like by themselves or together in some way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you see that yourself using that combined deck as like, or the separate decks, I'm already combining in my head.
But you know
what?
what?
If you see using that standalone, then that's different.
It also goes back to budgeting. If you're not if you have, my income tax refund just came in, I've got the money for it, this is no problem, it's going to be fun to find the matches, then you're in a completely different situation.
Yeah.
But if you're like, well, $80 for the two decks, that's okay. But if it might be $80 for another tarot deck that matches the theme, and suddenly it may not be okay. So that's and honestly, I'll poke at her where the money's concerned, because we're married and I know where most of the money is. I'm not going to
Playful Heart Tarot.
I'm not going to poke at you too hard for that, but that's, so when you make your final decision, that's what you're going to have to think about.
Do you have the Playful Heart Tarot?
I don't. But my inner child has been looking at that deck, and
that story card synchronicity would be a good combo.
Okay,
just
but
saying.
Yeah,
but
my inner child has been sitting here patiently. She's like, yeah, but another tarot deck, that would be fine, because we want that too, anyways, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it doesn't really matter, because yeah.
It sounds like the practical decision right now, though, like Peggy said, though, is probably going to be Tarot of the Abyss.
Take the less expensive deck for now. Ask your inner child to please be patient for just a little bit longer. I mean, obviously, it's your decision to make, and we'd love to hear back after the fact.
Yeah, let us
as
know.
To what because Lisa will decide. Lisa's done these episodes. She's decided this is what I'm going to do, and then between the time that she films the video and the time that she's posting the video, something has come up. So she's like, okay, so this is what I ended up doing.
That's only happened one time, though.
It can happen.
I changed my mind.
It can happen. Like, so, yeah. If Tarot of the Abyss is really, really appealing, unless you're budgeted for the possibility of if you choose the Oracle and feel that you're in a position to, if necessary, shop fairly soon afterwards for a matching deck to go with it, then again, a double deck of Oracle, that's a good opportunity to practice reading just the Oracle and using the intuition, like you were saying.
Okay, we're supposed to be helping make a decision. You keep waffling. Don't waffle.
No. I just don't very often feel comfortable advocating for the more expensive purchase. That's my job.
You've been advocating for the less expensive purchase.
I know. So
okay. So either way, how I see it, whether it be like this time around or whatever, all three of those decks are going to end up in my collection. I can tell you that right now. So,
okay, that's honest. That's honest.
That's
okay,
fair.
Then you know what?
They're all going to end up
right now.
Okay, then right now, unless money was an issue, I would get the two Oracle decks, because that bundle pricing might not last.
And I think that's where I'm leaning towards, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
It's in my cart.
That's what I thought. I just had to do my job and point out the things. Honestly,
Fair enough.
in your position with that being where your focus and your attention is, I would probably. I'm never going to say this to you.
Too late. It's already in my cart.
But
what? Okay, unicorn.
I still
like you. It was going to happen.
I think also too why this might be good for me to get the story cards and the synchronicity deck now and wait a little bit is because I actually the more that I've been looking at Tarot of the Abyss and I go on to Anatorian's website, I want the Oracle of Echoes.
And Tarot of the Abyss just keeps falling further and further back to the back of the line to make
buy the bundle. Buy the bundle. I solidarity with me and because I'm going to buy the bundle.
And you said I buy the bundle. Yeah.
Well, and you said that,
decisions made. Decisions are made.
Practicing towards the soul cards as an intermediate deck. So
I actually like that idea.
Using it as an
intuition building tool.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. So
I like
that's.
That. I think it's done. Decision made.
That kind of
check.
becomes. That kind of.
And I've made a decision, which is just a happy bonus. I haven't put your credit card into the checkout app yet.
Okay, Alana, you're still my golden child, but it's getting shaky, okay? It's getting shaky.
Thanks for throwing me the bundle. Much appreciated.
I actually talked somebody into the more expensive purchase.
It's not the first time, babe.
But there was a more expensive deck in there anyway, so we did save you some.
Nope.
Was that the most expensive
option because there's 2 decks?
Oh, lie to me and tell me that it wasn't.
Oh no,
there was an indie deck that cost more. There had to have been.
You talked.
Actually, you know what? I think no. The Tarot Renard by itself probably would have cost about the 80, almost close to 100.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
that's true.
By the time you do the exchange and shipping and everything, it would have been the cost of the two.
Sometimes the better choice does cost more, but you're getting a deck that you're getting 2 decks. You'll use them and not sit on a shelf somewhere and regret it.
And they're so colorful.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll probably match with a lot of things actually once you get them in hand and like kind of get a feel for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, they had a really good. I really liked the look of them, which was
she got excited.
It's like, oh, that's really nice. And it's like I'm supposed to be talking people into saving money. No, you are saving money. If you're avoiding buying decks that you may not end up using, you're saving money. It's like a $20 deck that you're not using is money that you just didn't.
That's true. That's not as good of a purchase as a $70 bundle that you will use.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So decisions have been made.
Decisions
have been made.
So and obviously you're allowed. You are allowed. I won't get mad at you if you change your mind.
All right. Well, so you're going to be purchasing the bundle.
We decided that that's what you're purchasing. Now you just have to decide if you agree.
No,
with
I am buying. Yeah. Not probably. I am going to do it. Probably after this, I'm probably going to go and purchase it. I'm still okay to wait on the Tarot Abyss. But this one, she's like squealy. She's like, okay, yeah. My inner child is totally squealy.
Well, I've got to get off of here before I think about more decks I want to buy. If people want to follow you, we're gonna have your YouTube channel linked below. Is there any other social media or things that you want people to know about?
Yeah, so I do have my Instagram account, which is 3 Degrees of Love, but the underscores are not in it. Okay. So it's just straight 3 Degrees of Love, all one word.
So we'll have a link to your Instagram down below along with your channel. Thank you so much for being such an amazing sport and letting us help you narrow down decks. I really like spending other people's money, so this is great for me. And
you get to think about the stuff that you want too, right?
Well, I guess
I'm regretting this already.
2 things to my wish list. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us, and we will see you in the block party. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and go like on Alana's channel.
Go subscribe to Alana's channel. Yes, we will have links to all of Alana's
all the things,
social media stuff down below. Yep.
Yep.
You really like helping
out. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Alana.
Thanks you guys so much. This was so much fun.
We will see you later.
All right. Bye.
Hello, Brittany. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi.
We are joined by Brittany, who has a channel here on YouTube. You have a newer channel, and I'm so excited to shout it out. We will have a link to it down below, but it is called Zero Bright Light Zero, or just Bright Light, I'm assuming. The zeros being just the fancy. So you do tarot stuff on your channel?
Yep, mostly walkthroughs.
Yes, I
Nice.
love me some walkthroughs.
You do.
Yep.
That's okay because Brittany wants to buy it. Brittany wants to be talked out of decks.
Wait, no, talked into decks.
Out of.
That's into.
Out of.
It's called say yes to the deck, not say no to the deck.
I say no to the deck.
Well, I say yes to the deck, so this should be interesting.
Okay. So
you have
have
a short list.
You have a short list?
Yep.
Lisa has some links that you've already sent ahead.
Woo!
So we're good to go.
So tell us
What's
about
your first
decks.
The first pick would be the Blood Moon Tarot.
And tell us a little bit about why you like it.
I just love the bright, vibrant colors. The artwork is just absolutely stunning.
I hope I can pull in some detail here. Okay, I saw this one when it first went on Kickstarter. Did you see it back then?
I didn't.
Oh, and I didn't
No,
back it.
I didn't back it, and I was very disappointed. But now I'm just so in love with it.
I want some more cards. It's really, really pretty. Sam Gway's artwork is really detailed, it looks like.
Yeah, it is.
Ooh, what is that? The Ace of Songs. You know what suit that is? The songs?
Maybe
Songs?
I'm not sure.
There's songs and dreams.
I mean, the guide. That's what the guidebook is for. So that's not a concern.
True. Skins. Oh my God, there's a suit of skins. This does have kind of almost like a macabre feel, yeah? Like just a little bit.
Seems like very fey, you know,
Yeah, the moth.
dark. It's so beautiful.
Dark
That's really
Fae.
pretty.
That's cool. That is a cool deck. So does this match in with what you already collect, or?
No, I don't have too many decks that would in this realm at all. So I think that's
Okay.
what draws me to it.
Oh, so it's different.
So it stands out, right? Like from what you already have?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, cool.
So like how different are we talking? Like what kind of decks are you normally drawn to? Like Panda Tarot and the more fluffy, or medieval art, more Renaissance?
I have a good mix of all of that. I really just go for beautiful artwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is really pretty. So, okay, so you know I'm going to ask. So, okay, for this one, do you have anything right now in your collection that like is similar that you feel like kind of scratches the itch so you don't maybe need this one, or?
I was thinking it does remind me a little bit of the Children of
Litha. Oh, yeah.
How it has the beautiful, vibrant darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it does have similar like kind of color palette, and it's got that wild. For some reason, I thought Children of Litha was a lighter deck. Oh, I think I'm thinking of the Dream. I'm thinking of the Dreamscape Tarot.
But I think the Blood Moon there, I think that's a lot darker.
Mm-hmm. But I can totally see why you would compare those two.
Yeah.
Do you use the Children of Litha a lot?
Yes, it's absolutely one of my favorite decks.
So I'm going to ask you what my son asked me when he came on Say Yes to the Deck with me, which is, do you see yourself reaching for the Blood Moon Tarot? If you had to pick between the Blood Moon Tarot and the Children of Litha for like a particular reading, do you see yourself reaching for the Blood Moon Tarot before you'd reach for the Children of Litha?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Would I reach for this one more than the Blood Moon?
Okay, so the other question.
I know, and you don't have to decide right now because we're going to go through the rest of your decks too, but like, might be something to like percolate, because he asked me that and I was like,
you were like, but now are you a bit of a collector, or do you prefer to be able to put all of the decks you have to use?
I want to use them all. I don't have a very big collection. I have maybe about 40.
Okay.
50.
Okay. So you're not, yes. And you want to be able to use all of them to one degree or another. Okay. Because some people collect. And if you're looking at it as a collector's item only, it can really change the conversation. But if that's
so
not
true.
what you're looking at, then we don't even need to address that at all, which kind of makes the decisions a little easier at the end of the day.
That's true. Okay, so tell us about the next deck.
Yeah. Next one. We're on the net. Okay. So we don't have an opinion.
We're going to come back to it.
We're going to have to come back to that one.
Yeah, we'll do like an overview.
That smile on your face, I know you like it.
Like, I'm not ready to let that one go yet.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, we're not even taking that off the list yet. You're not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your next one?
The Gentle Tarot.
Oh boy.
And
I'm not going
this
to be a lot
one
of help
is
here.
all thanks to you, Lisa. Like
Oh,
your
Okay.
walkthrough just put it at the top of my list.
I'm so biased about this deck. Let's just be honest.
But
It's amazing. Buy it now. Sorry, what?
But Gentle Tarot is like a completely different.
So different from the Blood Moon.
Yeah, so
Very
you're looking
different
at you're
vibe.
going in a completely okay, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's easier if all your decks are in a theme and they don't. It's like easier for you, harder for me to advocate.
This one is so great. Okay, so you tell me what you like about it, I guess. Well,
Yeah, you are allowed to tell us
over.
that.
It would be just perfect for like self-care. It's
Yeah.
obviously gentle. Yeah, I'm just absolutely love it.
Yeah, I like it.
It's so great. Do you have other animal or nature-based decks in your collection right now?
I do. I just got this one. So I'm wondering the Meraki Tarot.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that one.
So I wasn't sure
That one is so pretty.
how different this would be to the gentle, because this is the one I really use right now for like self-care. You know?
How do you find the guidebook in that deck as far as like the message? Do you work with the guidebooks? I guess I shouldn't assume.
I try not to unless if I get stuck. But the guidebook I keep misplacing because it's so much bigger than the deck.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where I put it.
That's okay.
It does work with this by itself.
By itself, yeah. I was gonna say that because I think it's interesting sometimes when we talk to other people who read with decks, because I love working with guidebooks. I enjoy adding that layer. This one is so pretty though, the Meraki. And when did you get this? Just recently, right?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh,
okay, so you're still getting
you're
to know
still
that.
in honeymoon phase too.
Because if you're still in honeymoon phase on that deck, then being in a rush to bring the Gentle Tarot in might just distract you from the deck you already have.
It could.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, so whether or not this is a deck that is a good idea for you to buy, I would probably guess already that it might not be the best idea right now while you're still getting to know the other deck. It might be a not right now deck.
Let me cross it off.
Oh,
I think
good. Look at that.
Yeah, for good
work.
Now, because if you'd have had that deck for say an extra month, like in a month,
you might feel different.
Putting it back on your maybe list in a month makes sense. But right now, while you've got a similar deck you're still making friends with,
I think that's really good advice, because I like having decks that feel the same kind of. I like having several decks in like a category, right? But if I've recently got a deck in a particular category, I find myself more interested in waiting on getting another in that same category for a bit. Just so it doesn't steal the thunder of the one I'm currently working with.
Right.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to come. It doesn't have to come off the list, but it has to come off not permanently, but
for like right now, it might not be the best. But yeah, well, that's good work.
I don't know why we're still talking about it, and I know she's already decided.
I'm good. I've crossed it off.
Like, I crossed it off an hour ago, and we're still going on about
You could totally be leading a series because I waffle way more.
Yeah. Okay. So we've eliminated one at least temporarily.
Yep.
Maybe next month you'll be having a new conversation.
Yeah. So
no promises.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
It just has to be for like not right now, right? It could be later.
That's my guess. I mean, whether or not
I've done that so many times. Let me just be honest. Yeah. So
I'm just gonna sit here now. It's fine.
I guess we can move on from the Gentle
We
Tarot.
should.
I'm having a hard time letting go. It's all me.
This isn't about you. This isn't about you. Just move on. Move on.
Okay.
Next.
All right.
What's your next one?
The Lily White.
What do you like about the deck?
The simplicity, the line work,
that is pretty.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Again, like the Gentle Tarot, it would be really great for self-care, when you want a deck that's not harsh.
You know what's this is, by the way, the same creator that made the Tarot Renard.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Here's something that I'm noticing right away about this deck. I don't have this one. It is really, really beautiful. So I'm kind of feeling like the Lily White feels like the energy of the Gentle Tarot and the energy of the Blood Moon. It's like the in-between point, because you kind of get a bit of that wild fae looking kind of energy almost.
Yeah.
But it seems kind of more brighter and gentler.
So the Blood Moon is the dark version and the Lily White is the...
Well, kind of, except for there's actually even, if you look,
in between.
there's lily white and lily black. See if I can bring up another photo here of the lily
Brittany
white.
didn't put lily black. Is not.
I know, but I'm just saying.
I love the lily black too. It was hard to decide, but
Yeah.
I just liked how vibrant the lily white was compared.
I do too. I just want to be able to bring up a little bit more of the artwork.
Oh,
This is really pretty.
Now the deck that you were just showing that you have,
The Meraki Tarot?
Meraki. No, because that is different.
I don't think they don't feel the same to me, but do they feel the same to you?
No, I actually, looking at this deck, it reminded me more of the Line Strider tarot deck.
Oh, yeah, with the watercolor. Let me pull you up here. Yeah, show us. Because that's got more of that like white space and it's got more of the watercolor bleed. Is that the little mini? Oh my God, I love it so much. It's so cute.
Oh, see, I want one that small.
I
love
can give you that deck.
Yeah.
I keep it in my purse.
I have a little mini like that in my purse too. I keep the Everyday Witch Tarot. Oh my God.
See, I need a deck to put in my purse.
You don't have to carry a purse.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's nice.
I will say, I feel like that Line Strider Tarot seems even softer and less vibrant in a way than the Lily White. And I feel like this one feels also a little bit more, I want to say the word ambiguous. I don't think that's the right word, but it feels like the Lily White seems a little more like there's more in each image. Does that make sense?
I agree. I completely agree. It does. Because this is way more just simple.
Yeah, like minimalist.
Palette.
Mm-hmm.
Lily White does seem a lot more vibrant.
Yeah, like there's just a lot happening in the cards.
Well, it's different enough.
Yeah. So this one's are they all indie decks? I think they are. All the ones on your list are indie decks. Yeah. So they're all indie.
Whatever.
This is really, really pretty.
It is pretty. So
I wonder why I took this one off my list.
The deck that you've got right now, it doesn't to me at a glance, it doesn't look like you're going to have a conflict in the feel of the energy because they're different sizes and probably going towards different purposes.
Do you also have the Line Strider full size or just the mini?
I just have the mini.
Okay, so that's even less.
Okay.
Ooh, this one probably stays on this. I would say this one should probably stay on your list for now.
I kind of want to add it back to my wish.
We're not talking about you.
Yeah, but I mean,
we're not talking about you.
Yeah,
no, we're not talking. This was
did
not.
You see the bees?
This was not Help Lisa shop.
Well, actually, she's literally holding my hand out, so I can't look at the artwork anymore.
It's the cups for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's nice.
It's really pretty. Oh, I want to look at it again. It's really pretty.
No, it's really nice.
It's so beautiful.
It's a beautiful deck.
Did you see this one? The Eight of Pentacles?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. And look at what's happening over here. Oh my gosh. That's like the devil card. That's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a really nice deck.
It's almost like a cross between, it's like not, it doesn't feel like an animal deck, but it also doesn't feel like a people deck.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. It kind of crosses both.
No, it's this one. So I would still.
Let's just keep this on the list for now. Let's not be hasty.
I would say keep this on the list for now because the deck that you have that has some similarities isn't similar enough.
Yeah.
And that's not a new deck, is it?
No, I've been having this deck for a while.
Yeah.
So so I would keep it on the list for now.
So how long's it been on your wish list? How long have you been looking at maybe getting this deck? Like, how long has it been on your wish list?
Oh, so ever since it came out. How long ago?
Really?
Yes.
That's a long time.
And you haven't like completely lost interest in that whole time?
No, and I just keep going back to it. It's always up on my phone to look at. It's just the price for me keeps.
Okay.
Well, let's talk budget.
We'll talk
maybe.
about. Well,
I want to do the one more.
We'll hold off. We'll hold off on the hard questions and take a quick look at the last deck.
Okay.
And see if it's a deck that we need to keep on or eliminate.
Okay, so what's your next deck?
The last one is the Witchy Cat Tarot.
Oh, Dame Darcy.
Dame Darcy. So I absolutely love Dame Darcy. I have her other two decks, the Queen Alice and the Mermaid. And so I just love that artwork. And I am just in love with cats right now. I have a baby kitten.
Aww.
Get some of that kitten energy.
I will say, of all the cat, that's what I was gonna say. Of all the cat decks I've seen, I feel like this one feels the least overly cutesy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
But it definitely
That's
goes
what
along.
always gets me about decks is the colors.
this one's got a very like sort of. I would say this one leans a little more into almost like the blood moon kind of colors. Like they're very bold and rich and dark.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have Dame Darcy's like quirk.
Well, it sounds like this and the blood moon sounds like they all have similar energy behind them. So it kind of is narrow as they seem to have that similar energy.
I think the Lily White stands out the most out of these three.
I think it's just a matter of narrowing it down based on a combination of price and which one stands out to the most right now.
We still have one more, right?
Nope.
Oh, you have one more? That's all of them.
That's all
Wow. Okay, so this is going to hinge on the other. Okay, so the most obvious question is always budget, because some of these decks have wildly varying price points, and like if you're budgeted for a $200 deck this month, it's one conversation. If you're budgeted for a $50 deck, it's another conversation.
That's true.
So.
Is there one of these that's like way more expensive or way cheaper? I'm seeing Canadian pricing, so I don't know what it's like on your end.
I believe the Lily White is the most expensive, and that's what's always been keeping me from pushing that button.
Because it's coming from France, I think, right?
Yep. So
yeah, so international shipping.
And possibly, no, there shouldn't be any duties on it in the States, but there could be.
No.
See, I would be tempted to say that if budget may be an issue in your life or is an issue in your life this month, this week, this whatever, that you probably want to, because to me, all three of them seem to have a similar energy behind them.
But wait,
or am I wrong? That's my perspective. Do they feel that do they have a similar energy to you?
Yeah.
Looking into this, I didn't think so. I thought they were all different, but now that we're talking about it, they do all seem to have that same energy.
To me, they look like they had similar energy. That they were going to have that a reading with not identical but similar. And is that similar enough?
Or would you be using them in the same way, or would you see them using them in different ways? That might be another way to look at it.
I feel like the Lily White and the Blood Moon would probably be used in a similar way.
Okay.
Because the Witchy Cat Tarot does feel a bit different. And I'm just wondering if I'm really looking into the Witchy Cat because I have the other two, and
Okay, so I did this gotta catch them all kind of mentality. If you really love Alice and the Mermaid Tarot, then the question is when you want to reach for a Dame Darcy deck, and this is kind of the same question I asked earlier about the Blood Moon, but when you're going to if you want to reach for a Dame Darcy deck, which of those three would you be most excited to reach for, second excited to reach for, and third excited to reach for? So most excited. Yeah, mine too.
So completing the set, if it matters to you, it's fine. But if a usable deck that does everything else that you want it to do, that's the Cat Tarot is probably not the one you should think about right now.
If you think you're going to reach for Mermaid or Alice, or want to reach for those before you reach for Witchy Cat,
but Brittany also said she has a smaller collection and isn't really collecting.
Right?
So the cat one, things might change now or later, but right now it sounds like the cat one is collecting and not using, and not necessarily a deck you're going to use.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But then again, like there's Christmas, birthdays, and things come up.
And things like this are excellent things to ask for gifts, because you're once you decide you don't need it, you're less, you know what I mean, right? You're less likely to buy it for yourself. So it's a great thing to put on a gift wish list or something.
Yeah,
down the road.
I can't buy her anything.
Nope.
I cannot surprise her with a tarot deck.
You can't surprise me, period. I'm very difficult to surprise.
Because I have to say, hey, honey, what tarot decks don't you have? Oh, well.
I have a spreadsheet. Couple. You could just ask to have a copy of my
spreadsheet. Can I see your spreadsheet so I can buy you a gift? Yeah, okay.
I mean.
Anyway, it wasn't about you. You just chill over there. So I think we've got it down to the Blood Moon and the
What do you think? White. Are you ready to let go of the Witchy Cat for now?
But you also mentioned you just got to.
I can let go of it, but I'm still on the hunt for a great cat tarot deck.
Because I was just gonna say, you just mentioned that you recently got a cat and you're really into cats right now.
Do you want to?
Okay.
Wait, I have a question. This is actually relevant to the cat. I know it's a distraction, but I can't help
It
myself.
is a distraction.
I'm sorry.
You're
Just
distracting
cool.
the group. You're
Speaking
you're
of cat
problems.
decks, I was on the hunt for a good cat or dog deck or both. A good cat deck that follows the Rider-Waite Smith but has tons of cat personality is the Mystical Cats Tarot. It's a Llewellyn deck. It's very underrated, but maybe just check it out because it's got tons of cat personality. It follows Rider-Waite really good. It's got really cute card backs. It's really shuffleable. It's inexpensive. Might be worth a little peeky peek.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Add it to the list.
Beautiful. Happy to help.
Okay, so we've still got all three on the list right now.
No, I think you said you were okay with letting the Witchy Cat go for now.
Yeah,
So
I am.
Okay, yeah, because I mean, obviously, deciding on what deck you're buying today doesn't mean you're not allowed to decide that's not going to be your next deck.
Right.
And the obvious comparison is between
And Blood Moon and Lily
Between
White are
the-
very different.
what are their prices? Which one's
Oh,
the more
good point.
expensive deck?
Do we know?
I know the Blood Moon Tarot is about 60 USD,
Yeah.
and the Lily White, the last I checked, is it about is it in euros, I think, or
Oh, it might be.
Probably.
Yeah, so I think we can check here. Oh, and the book is sold separately in the Lily White. Would you care about the book though?
the Blood Moon is also sold separately.
Okay, so
Oh.
you have the same problem. So
But the
Yeah.
deluxe first edition of the Blood Moon it has a digital guide though that you can download.
Yep.
yeah,
Okay, so
54 euros.
nope,
Oh, Lily White is
56 euro,
56 euro.
which is
You have to do it to USD because I know
to
it's
USD.
over 100.
It's
67.
67, but then there'll be international shipping to the US probably on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what her shipping charges are, but yeah, so probably I'm guessing by the time all's said and done, the Lily White and the Blood Moon are not far off in pricing.
But it sounds like the Blood Moon is going to be the less expensive deck.
For shipping.
Just by the time, well, it's going to be a little bit more, yeah, because the 54 euros is $67, and then it's probably going to cost more to ship for the Lily White.
Probably. And then if you want the
So-
guidebook, would you want to buy the guidebook? Because that would up it quite a bit. Probably another $20-ish.
I would want to buy the guidebook because I mean you got to get the guidebook.
I guess my question would be, which one makes you the saddest to think about taking it off your list?
Blood Moon.
Yeah.
See, what I would say is it's starting to sound like Blood Moon is the one that is probably the winner here. And what I would say is that what your decision, it just sounds like Blood Moon. It sounds like Blood Moon ticks all the boxes that you're looking for right now. The Lily White is a little bit more nurturing, but it's like
It's almost like you're leaning more
the
away
Blood
from
Moon
that
kisses
in a way.
the Blood Moon kicks your ass. The Lily White will give you a kiss on the cheek after it does it.
Interesting way to put it.
But so I think what your decision actually is, okay, I would suggest Blood Moon, but obviously it's your decision. I would say that based on the price, if budget is a concern, then what you're going to have to decide is whether you want to, if you choose the Blood Moon, you can buy it a little bit sooner. If you choose Lily White, you may or may not want to or need to wait for an extra couple weeks to get a little extra cash.
Yeah.
So which one do you want now? Which one, like which one is more important? Ooh, yeah, change, just make it hard. Because it sounds like Blood Moon is more.
I'm still leaning towards the Blood Moon.
Blood Moon.
Question to contemplate: do you actually prefer the Lily White, but other factors are making you think the Blood Moon needs to come first?
I feel like where I am right now, the Blood Moon is what's gonna help me on my spiritual journey.
Yeah.
I feel so much more called to it.
It seems like
Where the
also
Lily White, I've always loved it, but there's always been something just keeping me from getting it.
yeah, that thing
Yeah.
not pushing you to that place where you want to actually pull the trigger.
So I would say get the Blood Moon.
Yeah.
And then whatever needs to be in place for the Lily White to go on the yes list, make sure that that's in place and then look at it again. Because it's really easy to look at what you want and then go, oh, this is what I want. Oh, but here's why I can't have it. And then you create this backward circle working against yourself. So it's,
or you have something sit on your wish list for so long and like something else always seems more exciting than that. That could be and that could be what tells you that that's ready to come off your wish list entirely. Because it could be like, well, I think it's pretty, but like every time something else comes up, I always want the other thing more. That's sometimes an indication that like, maybe it's not for me after all.
And the cats are.
You can always revisit that one too. The Dame Darcy. Any of these, obviously.
You can.
We are not the boss.
You can end this stream and change your mind, and nobody's going to judge you for that because that's not my job is to be an asshole, but my job isn't to judge you.
You're not being really that mean.
I'm not being that mean.
You're so nicer to everybody else.
I like everybody else.
Wow. Oh, yeah, right. So much.
I can't help it.
I know.
Can't help it.
I know.
So, Blood Moon?
Blood Moon.
Yeah! Blood Moon. Yay! Decision was made.
Okay, how excited are you now that you're like, okay, I've made the decision?
I'm so excited.
Yay!
It just feels, it suddenly feels more real, doesn't it?
Yes. And it just feels right.
Yeah.
Well,
yay!
Glad we helped you talk through it.
Woohoo! Help it spend other people's money. It's what I'm here
I'm
for.
glad you feel good about it.
Yeah, that part's important.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited about it.
Yay!
And then we get to see a nice new walkthrough of a cool deck.
Yeah, are you going to do a walkthrough on your channel?
Definitely.
Yay! Yeah. So I have notifications turned on. I'm going to be watching for that. I literally wanted to make sure I wasn't lying. Notifications are actually turned on. Okay.
There we go. There we go. And your channel will be linked below.
Yes.
Make sure everybody goes and signs up to that one.
Yes. So we can see the walkthrough of the Blood Moon Tarot. I'm actually really excited.
Or if you change your mind, no pressure. No pressure, but I'll cry quietly in the corner. It'll be fine.
Not. It's fine. Is there any other social media stuff you want people to know about?
I am also Bright Light on TikTok, where I do like pick a card videos.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
So so make sure we have that too.
Yeah,
make sure we have that. We can link that in the description as well and get that in there.
Put that down below.
That was a lot of fun.
That was
a lot of fun. I'm glad we could help you narrow it down. I hope you don't feel
railroaded by our
I hope you don't feel
railroaded.
Yeah. We're just gonna talk really fast and make you pick things that you don't want to pick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put it on the list if I didn't want it.
Yeah,
good point.
Exactly.
Good point.
Yeah, I think it sounds like it's the best choice. I mean, like it sounds like the cat one's probably going to be your next one.
I completely agree.
She's like, I'm probably going to be collecting all the Dame Darcy things. That's probably happening.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. Thank you so much.
Thanks for hanging out with us. This was fun.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Are you coming to our block party?
Definitely.
Yay! Okay, perfect. We will see.
We're just gonna go yay every 2 seconds.
Yeah, we're gonna say yay a lot. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to watch your walkthrough.
Yeah,
I can't either. I can't wait to get it. I'm going.
That's always so fun.
And you're going from the States, so it's not going to be a long wait either.
Yeah, it'll get to you pretty quick. Should.
I'm
nice.
Very lucky with that. Oh,
nice.
Thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank you for hanging out with us. It was great.
Yeah, everybody go check out Brittany's channel down below and the TikTok, which I can't wait to check out. And yeah, I hope you have an awesome day.
Thank you, you too. Thank you all so much.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
Okay. Okay. Are we ready? Are you gonna behave?
That's kind of silly. A little bit, Lisa.
I'll be nice. I'll be nice because it's Alana.
Okay. Boom. So you're gonna behave, right?
No.
Keep them down. No, keep them down. What is your problem? Okay, wait. Just be serious for a second.
I am being serious. I'm just putting on my glasses.
Smile. You always look. God damn it. Wait, stop. It's gonna be quick. Can you just
quickie?
You saved all of this for right now, didn't you? You were so well behaved when everybody
all
else
day.
Was on the channel.
Well, yeah, it was nice. I was being well behaved for everybody else's benefit. I don't need to be nice for you. Love you.
Smile at the camera, babe. You can be normal for a second.
You know, we have to do 2 of these, right?
Yeah.
One now, one for when my hair comes back to its normal color.
Yeah.
Good luck. We're very sorry for what we just subjected you all to.
That's not an outro.